The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGig webinar series, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key to enhance our skills and grow us as professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is NoSQL DB, the changing face of data storage. And our guest speaker today is Sujit Muniandi. He is the Product Specialist, Center of Excellence for IBM Social Business at TCS. Sujit is Product Specialist at Tata Consultancy Services, Technology Excellence Group from IBM Social Business with an IT experience for over 5 years. Technological Evangelist with expertise on APIs, portals and SOA. So, without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Sujit.
Thank you, Aradhana. Thank you. Good afternoon to all. So today, welcome to today's TechGig webinar. So today's session would be on NoSQL DB, the changing phase of data storage. So the agenda for today's session, we will be covering the introduction on why we need SQL DB or NoSQL DB, then the NoSQL DB's data model and how it impacts the recent technologies like cloud computing, mobility, and big data, and the advantages and the disadvantages that are linked with NoSQL DB, and also a comparison between NoSQL versus the SQL, the relational database management systems currently in place. And then we can proceed to the question answer session. So outcomes of this session, ideally after the session you would be able to understand the differences between NoSQL database and the relational database management systems, the current trends that drive the need for the new database model, ideally the current trends such as mobility, again cloud computing, and big data, which are quite impacting the latest internet technologies. So these trends, how they are looking at a new database model, so we'll be looking at it. And the next one is how NoSQL DB benefits the internet technologies alongside elastic scalability feature and sharding. And also we'll look at the currently available NoSQL DBs that are available on as a service on cloud, and also what are the considerations in using NoSQL DB, and also why we should go for NoSQL DB. Now the synopsis. See, over the recent years, if you have noticed, the data that is being stored or collected and analyzed has been huge. Ideally, in an internet environment, the data that is stored is in terms of exabyte. In 2006, almost 161 exabyte of data was stored, according to a study. But in 2010, almost in 4 years, the increase was about 500%, which is close to 1,000 exabytes. If 1 exabyte is ideally equal to 1 billion gigabytes. So that much of data has been collected and stored over the recent years. And the phenomenal increase in data is primarily due to the new concepts that have arisen, which are like mobility, big data, and cloud. The volume of data that is flowing is huge, and it becomes it becomes very complex to store them, process, and also analyze the data. So in recent times, the most the popular concept that is used as NoSQL, or it's otherwise called as non-relational databases. So this can also be considered as a viable option to relational databases, mainly for interactive web and mobile applications. So if you look at banking application, wherein consistency is a key, NoSQL wouldn't fit in. But in case of like an insurance application where we have to store a lot of huge amount of data, which is not really that much consistent as compared to a banking application, a NoSQL database could be helpful. To give an example, MetLife, it had been trying for over the past 10 years to have a unified customer view, but then they achieved it of late with NoSQL DB. Ideally, they used MongoDB, which is one of the NoSQL DB, to achieve this unified customer view. Now we'll get